Ready to hit the gym this new year? And made yourself a resolution to shed that holiday weight, but it's cold out there and you're not sure what to wear or how to dress for a good workout? I've got you. Burn those calories in style with some outfit recommendations from my fashion experiment. You've already gotten an idea about look 1. We're starting off with a bright set of orange with grey. It's unusual, and while the entire planet will descend the fitness floor in black, you can stand out with some flavor. I don't like how crop tops look on leggings, so I generally stick to fairly longer t shirts, especially to avoid exposing myself if I'm bending or hanging. As a novice or a regular, you know that most gyms are air conditioned like it's winters indoors, whether or not it is outdoors. So, full sleeves are my go tos. I also lean on long sleeve tees so that I don't touch stuff on my body that may or may not be my own sweat. Hands I can still sanitize constantly. You don't need to accessorize much when working out, but I like to bring personality in wherever possible. I enjoy alternating between AirPods. You can look for tights or jeggings too, in various colors of neutrals too. Unless you want to go all out, then the whole rainbow palette exists for you. I am drawn towards 50 shades of grays and browns. They happily substitute my blacks and whites. This though I don't even possess. I use this logic on my socks. I try and match the outfit or use them as an accent on the outfit. My socks collection is unprecedented. I have over 30 pairs to choose from. Footwear has to be an investment when it comes to how they fit you and how they can allow for movement without constriction yet hold firm. You really don't need more than one. This is barring spendthrifts and aficionados. I've had mine for years and I can't seem to find a pair that tops these fluorescent babies. Now, look 2 is bound to be a hit. For one, it's all black, almost. By looking at it, it's pretty simple t shirt and leggings with a cropped hoodie for added measure and style. A full one would have me doubly warm. Can't have that. A dark gray suits the color palette and still stands out for that edgy factor. I do find that rolling up the sleeves ups the cool factor. Give it a go if you're daring enough. This attire is suitable for those lighter days when not much legwork is required, which is why I've opted for trainers. They're pretty solid structured so feet stay stable. Wouldn't suggest donning these on days of jumping, dancing, or stretching. There's a reason why most love black. It adds a slimming effect. So, on days your confidence is lower, this outfit would boost your mood, and once you've gymmed it out, your mental health would have enhanced too. The white works like an accent on this ensemble. It's clean and makes the wearer seem chic. Graphic tees keep the attention from going on paths you don't want to dry eyes towards. So that's why I rarely choose plain solids for topwear. I don't mind snug clothing, especially in winters. Loose upper items is as far as I'd go, but in summers. Gym is so comfort zone for me. So I'm very self-aware that my entire body is up for display, and that's okay because everybody is out there only trying to do better, get better. You won't find this realization applicable to public areas because there I want to showcase only what I take pride in. I also want to point out that wearing cotton is your safest bet because you're continuously sweating, so the fabric worn should be breathable. Synthetics enable microplastics going into your pores, so remove that option altogether, at least when you're pumping iron. I'm not one of those people who can handle the hair open, so I tie them up in a pony or a side bun with whisked hair for a quirky touch. You do what you find fuss free. You're not here to appear neat and tidy. Different goals here, remember? For those who participate in social media posting, then such attires get heavily applauded. They're easily liked and easily adopted. Monotone outfits in neutral shades are straightforward and adaptable. Try it and let me know if it worked. Some people use colorful laces to jazz up their keds, but I like the elegance of an all white pair. I keep them stain free as much as possible and I'm mindful of keeping them that way by regular wiping off marks. It's no easy task, but it looks super great. We've landed on look 3. As aforementioned, leggings are more or less neutral shades. It allows a variety of color or print on the region above. I've donned an asymmetric top with a fairly looser fit this time to show options that are curves friendly too. Doesn't hug the tummy and certainly keeps the concentration off the hips too. This t shirt has an animal printed all over pattern. Sometimes this distracts from the sweaty patches on the body and disregards the bulging parts when twisting and turning. Sleeves are still form fitting, so that keeps intact the stylish appearance, otherwise, a largely loose item would seem too shabby. I'm not saying dress for the weather, but sometimes when you're cold and perspiring at the same time, you would rather adorn an absorbent muffler instead of throwing on a towel around your neck. I like it all wrapped up so it keeps the heat locked in and keeps the danglers off of me while lifting and engaging with machines. But if you can manage the stray ends dangling in front or behind, feel free to do so. Selecting mufflers has no rule. It's one of the rare ways to accessorize gym wear, so take your pick. I find comfort in neutral shades as I do with my leggings. I just revise it from dark or light colors. The ones I've used here is a mix of faded black and off white. Once again, the choice of material matters. Ensure natural fabrics are used over man made ones because these commonly contain uncomfortable or scratchy synthetics. Underwear is important too. Its make and form as well. Not too loose, not too tight, no designs that would be visible through the clothes and breathable preferably. It helps then whatever you have on is stretchy to an extent so not to curb any movement. You don't want to land up in pain subsequently. Don't worry about finding matching sets for any particular kind of workout that day. Just as long as you just secure your wearables and your fitness routine is so enjoyable, that's all that's important. But if you do want to match your outfits with your shoes, I wouldn't hesitate. These sneakers are possibly the most tasteful sportswear I own. The understated shades don't divert attention from the rest of the gear and yet give that high fashion edge to your look with the smart gold upper. Take note of the complimentary socks too. We're down to our final look. This one is a classic, some would say. It's inspired from the 80s aerobics theme. The pop of neon on neutral basics, the socks worn over tights, the loose fitting stretchy top pulled over and beyond the hips to even cover the bum, the watch band that is reminiscent of hairband worn around the wrists. It's an ode to the original fitness phase of fashion. This cotton jersey tee it has bat wing sleeves so as to keep everything baggy and not figure hugging. It's one that beginner ladies often reach for. I find these airy outfits super agreeable, especially if you're one to get clammy fast. But just keep deodorant handy. Even the cuffs are cozy but cooling. You could also rein in the sleeves up to elbow length as anything 3/4 is ultra flattering on everybody. A good material makes sure you don't get stay damp so it would keep drying with ease too, aside from already soaking in the moisture from your body. A printed version works on the same reasoning of pulling away focus from parts you don't want others channeling towards. I wanted to showcase another way of styling this t-shirt by tucking in at the waist. It transforms the look into a more modern one if you want to change it up a bit. When it comes to stockings, seamless works well, but regular basics go a long way. Cotton ones are surely permeable, but the caveat is that they reveal sweat stains on lighter shades. So just putting this out there. If you're someone who perspires on their bottoms or thighs, then darker colors are worth trying out. I'm not a fan of earpods because they inevitably fall off, but the wiring on their alternatives is a bigger pain. But yes, while AirPods have great sound quality, colors are available only with other brands. So don't fall prey to luxury brands because your inner child and find its worthy contenders to premium hues instead. Credit where it's due, the burst of colors electrify your exercise. Every time you look up at yourself, you beam. I can vouch for that. I've matched my socks to the fluorescent inners. I do switch it up with the other saturated shades on the kicks. Sport shoes are the bags to the gymming outfits. Hope you stay motivated on this New Year's fitness journey with these fun looks. It's the best time to start experimenting with your personal style. I'm glad I can be of some help. Thanks for staying to watch and best of luck.